The first provincial heritage plaque commemorating a key moment in the history of trans people in Ontario was unveiled on Friday. It's not located in the gay village of a major urban centre, but here in a small northwestern Ontario town, just outside the Fort Frances Hospital. Lee Noonan has more.
The province's newest historic plaque and the first to celebrate trans history now sits outside the La Vérendrye Hospital in Fort Frances. The plaque commemorates Diana Boileau, the first Canadian to receive gender-affirming surgery, and the Fort Frances doctor who supported her.
While she did encounter some discrimination and prejudice for sure, she also lived a life where she had support of friends and family. She had support of her doctor, Dr. Chalice, and she was able to transition so long ago. So I think it's very important for people today to see that it is possible to be happy and to transition and live your life. I think it's really important for people to see that their story exists beyond just them and they're not alone.
According to her 1972 memoir, Boileau first came to Dr. Harold Chalice looking for an excuse to avoid Jim. Dr. Chalice had moved his young family to Fort Frances from London, England, where he would have been exposed to some of the earliest medical research on surgical transition.
My father crossed over paths with surgeons at the University of London, and that's where obviously he got early insight into the transgender experience.
He had such a wide range of interests, and he was so knowledgeable in so many areas that young people really could engage, and he would be open to any kind of questions.
As co-chair of Borderland Pride, Douglas Judson led the effort to get the plaque installed in Fort Frances. He says it's amazing that in the 50s, a trans woman in Northern Ontario would have met a doctor who supported her transition, something that trans people today still can't count on.
The words that we're putting on this iron plaque in Fort Frances, it's going to be stuck in the ground 200 meters from an international border where the environment is still not very safe or supportive.
Both Bush and Judson hope the plaque will help show that trans people can come from anywhere and that they do belong in the community. Lee Noonan, TBT News.